Hello, readers. Today we are going to finish our story, Soul Painting Inc., and we're going to learn to read with a theme in mind. So, last week we looked at all kinds of themes: fitting in, change, bullying, family, courage, growing up. Some other themes that students noticed were standing up for yourself and staying quiet even when you don't want to. And we already know that a theme is usually more than one word. It's usually a whole sentence. So today we're going to try to expand these themes into a whole sentence. So in the last time we read our book, the girls spilled their paint and messed up their work, and then they were rude to them and ran off. And Mercy was really mad because her papi didn't say anything to them or to the teacher who came in after that. And she can't understand why her dad didn't speak up for her. So she's pretty mad. Now, before we start reading this next part, I want you to think in your head, what is my theme that I'm already considering? So have your theme ready while we read. All right, here we go. It doesn't take that long to touch up the walls or to repaint the door, but I'm furious just the same. I don't speak to Papi for the rest of the day, not even when he buys me an extra large chocolate shake. That afternoon, I let Rolly sit in front and brood all the way home as I pick the dried red paint from under my nails. Every bump makes the springs in the seats squeak as we make one turn after another and head over the bridge again toward home. A million thoughts bang around inside my head, but I can't seem to turn them into a single question. All I feel is a rotting feeling inside. It's like I'm putrefying, just like Doña Rosa. Finally, Emerald Isle Condominiums comes into view. I'll see if one of the guys from the team can help me finish up tomorrow, Papi says as Rolly and I climb out. He doesn't look at me as he says it, which makes me feel satisfied. At least he knows I'm not speaking to him. He taps his horn before he pulls away, and Rolly turns. Hey, make sure Mercy works on her reading, and then he's off. I don't need your help, I hiss at Rolly as the van disappears around the corner. Suit yourself, he says. I don't follow Rolly upstairs. Instead, I walk toward the pool. The old ladies who usually bob in the water aren't here. They might have been scared away by the heat, or maybe they're praying for Doña Rosa at the funeral parlor in Lake Worth. I let myself in the gate and sit at the pool's edge with my legs dangling in the water. Rolly and I used to do handstands in here. We used to dive for pool sticks. But now all I see is an ugly pool. Leaves are floating on the surface, and I'm pretty sure there's a dead frog on the deep end. The deck chairs are lopsided, and the scummy water is warm enough to poach you. I think of the pretty office at Seaward Pines, the fountain with cherubs spitting water, and I feel mad all over again. I don't know how long I sit here, but finally, someone opens the gate behind me. Mommy says to come up. Rolly has changed into shorts, and he's barefoot. She wants you to eat. I'm not hungry. I go back to watching lizards dart around the pool deck. Rolly stays quiet for a few seconds. Then he walks over to where I'm sitting and curls his toes over the edge. Hunger strike, huh? He says. How long you think you'll hold out? I give him my darkest look. Rolly considers the water as a beetle paddles near our legs. He walks to the supply closet at the shallow end of the pool and finds the net. I watch him circle the perimeter, cleaning away the mess. He even scoops up the frog and hurls it like a lacrosse ball into the bushes. When he's done, he walks back to me. I can feel a fight between us. Merci, he begins. But I strike first, hard and fast. Seaward Pines is a dumb school, I blurt. I hate it, and I hate Papi too. Rolly sighs. He's quiet for a long while, which makes me uncomfortable. My brother has always been strangely good at reading my minds. Can't he see how awful it felt to be unimportant? To watch Papi stand there like a chump? What did you want Papi to do, Merci? Pitch a fit and blow your free ride? Without warning, tears spring to my eyes. He pretends not to notice. Instead, he cups my scalp with his enormous hand and gives it a squeeze. Try to let this idea into your thick cranium. Papi chose to be invisible today, so you won't ever have to be. I look up at him guiltily. That's harder to do than shooting off your mouth, Merci. Without warning, he yanks off his shirt. He has Papi's same shape, even if he's a little skinnier. There are still tiny dots of paint in his hair, a smear at his elbow. He cannonballs into the pool and makes a spray arc that soaks me to my underwear. For a second, I'm stunned. I want to shout at him, stay enemies, but instead I take a deep breath and let the water offer what relief it will. Race? He bogs back up to the surface, grinning. Come on, show me what you're made of. I hesitate, my shame holding me still. But in the end, I stand up and shimmy out of my overalls until I'm in just a t-shirt and panties. I jump, arms wide, eyes open, and then I paddle after him, reaching and gasping, into the deep end like mad. So tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about this story. But for now, what you're going to do is think about the theme you chose, and you're going to mark a paragraph that connects to your theme. So you're going to put a rectangle around it. Then you're going to write about why you chose this paragraph. So I'll show you a quick example of what I mean. How do I make this window smaller? Okay. So let's say that I want to talk about this part of the story because it connects to my theme. So I go up here, I get my shape, and then I'm going to just put a rectangle around this part of it. And if you want, you can make your rectangle see-through. So see how I put a rectangle around this part? So I've marked my paragraph, and I'm going to say a theme in this story is in this paragraph, and I'm going to say why it connects to the theme or why it's an example of the theme. So why it shows my theme. And you're going to say, I think the author is trying to show us. And that's it for today. Let's go.